plus fields. Okay, in debit entry, okay, side, debit side is having, debit side is having 75 plus fields. Then at the same time, the credit side also, credit side is having again 75 plus fields. So what will happen here? Okay, let me take this scenario only. Okay, so I will reopen the periods. Take this example. Y6, the company code A001, right? Like this. Or let me reopen the periods here. This is my posting period variant is a A000. Okay. Let me find out this one. Okay, so the periods, okay, let me change here the, sorry, 2023. Now I just have opened 2023 here also. Okay, now I have opened the periods. Let's join. Okay, fine. So now what will happen? 02. Now let me take this one. And yes, I'm missing still number ranges is right. Are missing here. And one 0 type for 01 then 20. Now it will accept 0. Okay, so now let's see that one. What I have entered. Okay, so now in the first screen, what I was explaining here, every debit and credit screen will have the 75 plus fields. Okay, more than 75 plus fields. Now let us assume, okay, if it is a required or do not required, if I want to enter all the 75 fields, okay, what will happen? It is a wasting my time. Okay, so now I want to key only the fields which are to be required. Okay, so that is the reason what I am going to make here. The field status group will have the control. Okay, so while entering any business transaction, now you can see wherever you can see if it is a tick mark, this is the required field. Okay, let me go back to the first screen once again. If that 02. Now, if I see this, this is the mandatory field. If I remove this, document type is a mandatory field. Company is a mandatory field. Sorry, company code. Okay, so wherever you could see, these are all the mandatory fields. Others, if I enter or I do not enter also, system has to accept those field parameters. Okay, here I am not going to fill any information. But even though system need to accept that one because this is not a mandatory field. Okay, so now if it is a required, do not required. Okay, if I want to enter 75 plus fields for each and every document, it is unnecessary information and also it is a wasting my time. So now where we can do the controls of this, of these screens. Now these controls will have at field status group level. Okay, so now let's see that one. The field status group, okay, some parameters at document type level, some parameters at field status group level, which is there. Okay, we'll see that one, how we can do the uh, field status group mapping to our company code. Okay, okay, I want to keep this screen open. We C4 is the transaction code. Now you can see here field status group. Always try to copy the existing field status group. Okay, do not try to create it. Okay, even in real time also we will not create any new field status. New, I am talking about field status variant. Okay, because under field status variant the field status groups will be there. We will discuss later about this one. Let me select this one, copy, change the name. I'll keep it Z and all. Okay, field status group for. Okay, so now try to click on copy all so that it will copy all the entries which are available under 1000. Then select this one from here. Let us see that one here. Let me go again. Let me go back here. Let me show you from where this field is populating as a man. Now I have given the GL account is a 200,105. This is relevant for bank postings from where this field is a mandatory. Why the system is picking or instructing to us is a keep some information here or else update from where this is coming. We need to understand the logic. Now this GL account, as I said, the field status group need to associate into the GL account. Let me open the screen here. FS00. This is the screen for the GL account. Now this is the GL account 200,105. Come to the create and bank interest data tab. You can see here field status group which has been assigned to this GL account is a G005. Come back. Come here G005. This is the field status group. Then double click here. Then check one by one. Which one is a required field here? If you see here, then value date is a required. Okay, from where that is coming from. Value date. Just go to the page down in case if you find anything here. Again, go to page down. Now you can see here the value date which we have instructed to the system is a required field. Okay, so now the field status group, it consists of three types of controls. One is a suppress, another one is a required, another one is a optional entry. If it is a suppress field, if I select as a suppress the value date, the due date, let us assume. Okay, what system is saying here? Let's see here. Due date first of all, it is not appearing in this screen. Okay, so I'm instructing the system, this field I do not want to appear in my screen. Okay, so that is the reason I just kept it as a hide mode. I mean, just I'm instructing to the suppress mode. If it is a required, then I'm instructing to the system, this field is a mandatory. Without this field, the system should not allow users to move forward. If it is an optional entry, now you can see here, these are all the optional entries. Business area, profit center, WBS element, these are all the optional entries. Without these entries also, the system will accept the, to post this document. That is what the difference between required, suppress and optional. Okay, so where the controls will be happen. Okay, this is where we need to keep the controls. Is it clear? If anyone is having any further query, so please let me know about the field status group. So the similar way, debit will have 45 plus 75 plus fields, 50, I mean, credit also will have the same fields. So which one is required, which one need to be not required? We need to decide that one according to the business requirement. We can decide that one. Then the next one is a assign company code to the field status group. Once this we have already copied, then go back how to assign the company code obey C5, but there is a path, it is there. Okay, in the document zero. Okay, path it is there. You will go and you will do that one. Z0 AR, Z0 AR, Z0 AR does not exist. Okay, let's select here. Status. Okay, ZN all. Okay. So now this is the field status group which I have assigned to company codes. Okay, how the controls will be there. Then moving to the next one, define chart of accounts. Listen carefully. Chart of accounts are very important one. Then each and every in each and every interview, they must ask you this question about chart of accounts. Okay, we will discuss first of all. Chart of accounts. Now, let me go back here. Financial accounting, general ledger accounting, GL accounts, master data, preparations, edit chart of accounts list. Click on the new entries. Jedal, I'll keep it. Operational chart of accounts of Apple Group. I'll give here this. Now I will explain you one by one. I'll keep it the length. Let me go to the concept of language is a EN. Length, it is not a mandatory field. If you keep it, it does not keep it. It's not have any impact. Okay, so the manual creation of cost element, you just keep it aside this one. At this moment, this about this one, I'm not going to explain anything. But when we are going to start the controlling configuration, this we must have to learn this one. Okay, then group chart of accounts. First, let me save this one. Then let me keep it open the same. Now, moving back to the discussion. Okay. So first of all, we need to understand what is meant by chart of accounts. What is meant by chart of accounts? See, the definition of the chart of accounts is the structure of the GL accounts. Now, if you want to post any business transaction into the system, okay, what you would require, you must have to require the GL accounts. Okay, so without a GL accounts, can we able to post any document in the system? Absolutely not. Okay, so what is meant by GL account? So the GL account, if you want to post day-to-day business transactions, okay, you must require the general ledger account. With help of a general ledger account only, which we can able to draw the financial reports. Okay, what are the financial reports? Like it's a P&L account, trial balance or balance sheet. Okay, in order to draw the balance sheet and P&L accounts as well as a trial balance, we would like to know, let us think about if I want to withdraw the P&L account, profit and loss account for the month of May, I must have to check that how much expenditure which I have incurred and how much revenues which I have, okay, I mean for the month of May. Then only I can able to draw the report. But from where this information will be coming from, I mean how you will come to know? Because the debit GLs, credit GLs means expenses and the revenue GLs, the transactions which are posted in the month of May. From there, you will derive the information and you will prepare the profit and loss statement. The similar way will be applicable for the balance sheet. Okay, so that is the reason the chart of accounts is a structure of the GL accounts. Okay, so we need to structureize the GL accounts. So meaning that which GL account is relevant for your balance sheet account, which GL account is relevant for your profit and loss account, okay, and which GL accounts are relevant for your, okay, secondary cost element. But secondary cost elements are related, it's not applicable for ECC. We will discuss this in S4HANA. Okay, now we need to classify the GL accounts. Okay, so according to your business requirement. Now let's see. Now, before going to classify or structurize the GL account in SAP, we have three types of chart of accounts. Three type of chart of accounts. Then number one is a operational chart of accounts. Operational chart of accounts. Number two is a group chart of accounts. Group chart of accounts. Number three is a country specific. Number three is a country specific chart of accounts. Let us discuss one by one. Which one is a mandatory? Which one is not mandatory? Then we'll discuss about the operational chart of accounts. So the concept of operational chart of accounts, which we can use for day-to-day postings, day-to-day postings. So day-to-day postings are nothing but, okay, if you want to perform any business transaction, like if the transaction may be relevant for your bank transaction or its sales, purchases, as well as, okay, any kind of transaction. Without this operational chart of accounts, you cannot post any business transaction. Okay, so meaning that it is a mandatory, okay, mandatory to have the operational chart of accounts for every company code. Okay. So now, so what I'm trying to explain here, so it is a mandatory to, it is mandatory to have the operational chart of accounts for each and every company code. So without this one, you cannot, or we cannot run any, or we cannot post any business transactions into the system. Then I'll keep it as a operational chart of accounts, which we can use for day-to-day postings. And remember, keep it this, and this is mandatory for each company code. Okay, without this, you cannot post any business transactions. Remember. So that is the reason I just have mentioned here while creation of it is a operational chart of accounts. Now, what is the concept of group chart of accounts? Okay, now let me create one more chart of accounts. So let me copy this one. I'll keep it. Okay, group chart of accounts of Apple Group. I'll just create it. Okay, so I just changed the instead of one is a operational chart of accounts, one is a group chart of accounts. Okay, remember. Then first let us discuss about, see, I just changed it. A is a operational chart of account, G is a okay okay, or else we'll do one thing. O, I'll keep it. Okay, just for our identification. O is the operational chart of accounts. Okay, G is the group chart of accounts. Remove this one. We'll use this one anyhow. Okay, fine. Now let me go to inside of this one. Under operation, sorry, this is a group chart of accounts. So this is the operational chart of accounts. Under operational chart of accounts, there is an option to assign group chart of accounts. What I'm going to do, I'm going to assign group chart of accounts. Okay, group chart of accounts of Apple Group. Now, let me save this one. Let us understand what is meant by the group chart of accounts. The concept, this is an important one. Now we have seen about the operational chart of accounts. Now let us discuss about the group chart of accounts. What is the importance of the group chart of accounts and how it will be used for company codes. Let us think about the scenario. We have a multiple company codes. Let me go up bit up here. Now we can see different company codes are there here. I'll take the same example here, similar way. Then each and every company code or each and every legal entity, okay, operating their operations are performing from the different country. Okay, if this will be the situation, let us assume company code India is using a operational chart of accounts. Operational chart of accounts is a Z0IN. Let us assume the same way. Okay, this one is using the operational chart of accounts G. Okay, so then I'll take the two examples only, because even if you take more than that also, the logic will be the same. Now, in this situation, here understand here, operational chart of accounts, okay, both company codes are using the different numbers. This legal entity is have the, okay, this operational chart of accounts, this legal entity has the this chart of accounts. Okay, so now in this situation, what will happen? We will have the some common expenses. Okay, so now let us see that one. Z0, okay, IN, company code GL accounts, GL accounts. Let us assume I have some inventory accounts. Okay, so let us assume inventory GL accounts. Okay, I have the information. So under this chart of accounts, I have created inventory related GL account. Okay, which is the cost inventory GL account for the month of May. Let us think about. Okay, I will put it like this. Inventory account. The account. Okay, May. Okay, put it. Information for the month of May. Let's see that May. What will happen for the month of May, which I have incurred is a expenses. Let us assume. Okay, inventory related information. Then let us assume is a 50,000, which I have incurred for the month of May 2023. Let's discuss about. Now, the similar way, I have additional expenses like it's a telephone expenses. Telephone expenses I have incurred is a, let us assume is a 30,000 rupees in the month of May. Then admin expenses, admin ex, admin expenses. Let us assume I have incurred is a 90,000 rupees. Now, so here this company code is a Z0IN related information. The similar way, okay, understand here, okay, I missed one thing here. The GL accounts will play the key role here. Then this GL account here to record my inventory related GL account. What I have inventory is an asset for us 200, 120. Let us assume I have this is the GL account what I have created to post the inventory related expenses. For telephone expenses 400, 410. Let us assume this is the GL account what I have created. For admin expenses, this is the GL account what I have created. Then in the month of May, or it will be applicable for entire year also. The similar way, what will happen here? Let us see the logic here. Now the company code. Then so here company code is a ZTE Z0 TE. Okay. So Germany related even for the month of May. Now for the month of May, okay, I'll need some space here because I mean some space in between these two accounts. Okay, we'll see that. Now here I'm going to use the because since both legal entities are using a separate chart of accounts or individual chart of accounts. So here to record inventory related postings, this legal entity they are using, they might be a other GL account. The number is different. Here is a 200, 120. Here is a 200, 130. Okay, might be here I am using is a some other account. Series. Okay, here I am using the 400, 150. Let us assume if this will be the scenario, the management want to know the group level information. Okay, now for the in the month of May, inventory related for inventory related I mean the data which we have posted 50,000 rupees we have incurred. The similar way in this company code also we have incurred. Let me do the changes here. 70,000, 40,000. This is the 1,50,000 rupees. So in this situation, management would like to know what was the what was the okay for the month of May. I mean, for the inventory costs, what was the costs we have incurred in the month of May for inventories? Okay, individual legal entity wise, we will come to know if we go back and see the GL account level. But now the management would like to know each and I mean it's a group. So here we have only taken two legal entities. Let us assume the scenario. I have the 10 company codes or 10 legal entities. Now I wanted to know for each and every legal entity level, okay, information of the inventory. Okay, what was the costs of inventory in the month of May? In that situation, then the group concept will come into picture. Okay, here this is the operational chart of accounts. This is the operational chart of accounts. Now the group asset will come. Group chart of accounts will come into picture here. Then now here group chart of accounts. Let us assume. So Z0IN what we have created. Now the group chart of accounts what we are using here is a ZE. Okay, so now this is the group chart of accounts what we are using. Now for group chart of accounts, what I will do in order to get this information, consolidated information, the group chart of accounts level, I will create separate GL account. Let us assume the group chart of accounts level, what I will do, 100, okay, 100 I will create. Then this group chart of accounts, when I am going to create a GL account, when I am going to create a GL account here, okay, because since it is not assigned, okay, there will be a one more field will pop up here. Okay, so the group chart of accounts related number, okay, the group chart of accounts relevant GL account number, I must have to assign in this GL account, in this GL account. Then what will happen? What I am instructing to the system, if you are using different GL accounts for each and every legal entity, then while recording or while posting any business transaction, if we are posting this GL account, because in this GL account we have already assigned this GL account, we are going to map this GL account. Then what system does is this 50,000. Okay, so the 50,000 at the same time, whenever I am passing the document in the system, the 50,000 it will get updated into this inventory operational chart of accounts GL account as well as group chart of accounts GL account. So that here this will have the 70,000, this will have the 50,000 rupees. So the total information, okay, the total group chart of accounts will be available. The total value will be a 70 plus 20. Okay, 1,20,000 rupees will be available. It will get updated in this GL account. So the similar logic will be applicable. So now because of the group chart of accounts only, okay, what we are doing, we are getting the consolidation value here. From where this 1,20,000 which has been appeared, again, you can see here, this 1,20,000 which is appeared, which is a part of your, the information, the value which has been posted. From this, the value has been posted. And now you will get to know the consolidated value at the group level. For this purpose, we would require is a group chart of accounts. Okay, so to get the consolidation report. Okay, but now remember the group chart of accounts, it is not the mandatory, it is optional. I'll put it here, the statement, the group chart of accounts, the group chart of accounts can be used for consolidation purpose. Consolidation purpose, and this is an optional. Okay, and this is the optional entry. It's not the mandatory. Okay, so the group chart of accounts concept. Now let us go to the country specific chart of accounts. Country specific chart of accounts also, it is not the mandatory. This will be used for if there is any particular or specific requirement we can use it. And it is also it is not mandatory. Remember, it is not it is okay, and I'll put it like this, and it is optional to assign a company code or to have a company code. Okay, so here this, if I have any specific requirement. Okay, now let us think about the scenario. Now my company, my legal entity has been integrated with the human resource module. Human resource, what they does exactly? So the job of the human resource management, okay, to recruit the new employee, and what is the time frame? I mean, in which country, from which country we have recruited, and what is the CTC? I mean, what is the salary we are offering, and how much PF we are deducting, and what would be the taxes which we are going to deduct. So in this situation, India will have a different time frame and a different legal deductions like a PF deduction, tax deductions. So India will have their own set of rules. If compare with other country, okay, Germany, and let us think about, they will have their set of rules, okay, in order to deduct your PF and so on. In that situation, okay, country to country, the requirement is a differ. Okay, so in this situation, we would require is a country specific chart of accounts. Otherwise, the country specific chart of accounts does not required. And also, this is the optional entry. It is not the mandatory one. Okay, it's not the mandatory. So what we have seen here, operational chart of accounts is a mandatory, and group chart of accounts is a optional, and country specific chart of accounts also optional. It is not a mandatory. Okay, then now, so that is the reason. Then under chart of accounts itself, okay, under operational chart of accounts itself, there is an option to assign the group chart of accounts. Okay, now I have assigned the chart of accounts here. Then I want to assign this operational chart of accounts to company code. Let me go back. Assign company code to the chart of accounts here. Now these are my, where you can see here, wherever I am assigning the operational chart of accounts to company code, the same place which we need to assign the country specific chart of accounts also. But the creation of the chart of accounts, where we have created all three, either if it is a country specific, or if it is operational, or if it is a group chart of accounts, there is only one place which we need to create here itself. Then according to your requirement, you need to assign, except the group chart of accounts. Remember. Then this is the operational chart of accounts assignment. Yet, what we have created. Yes. The country specific chart of accounts does not require. I'm just assigning. Okay, I have just assigned the country specific. I mean, operational chart of accounts. Under operational chart of accounts, I have already assigned the group chart of accounts. Remember. Now, going back to the define account groups here. Now I'm going and structurizing the GL account. So how I need to structurize the GL account? Okay. Let us see here. This here it's a depends on the business requirement how they are going to structurize the GL accounts. Okay, let's see that one. Okay, the chart of accounts. Okay. Now you can see here the GL account how I am going to structurize. Okay, now you can see some people. Okay, it's a depends on the your requirement to create the assign company code to the chart of accounts. So this we have already done. Then the next one is a define account groups. The next one is a define account groups. So now how I need to define the account groups. What is by account groups? GL account groups, right? Okay, I want to classify the GL account groups. Okay, which GL account is a balance sheet, which GL account is for, I mean, even in the balance sheet also, assets are there, liabilities are there. How I need to classify the GL account groups. Let's see. Some people they may go. Okay, it's a depends on the organization to organization. Remember, it's not the same for all the organization, and this is a pure, I mean, the business requirement how they want to define their okay GL account groups. Then now let us go by this way. Now account groups. So some people they will go. If my chart of accounts is chart of accounts. Okay, I will go here. Let me click on the inventories. What is our chart of accounts? Chat. This is my chart of accounts, operational chart of account, ZO all. Then account group here for if I want to identify SCPL. Okay, share capital. If I want to identify this one, share capital. Then number, what would be the your number? Okay, from number to number. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Up to 10 characters it will take here. This is my number. Okay, from one series, which I will keep it for the, okay, I mean share capital or else, okay, let us think about. See now, I will keep it as a 1001. 1001 is for or else I'll keep it as a sets. Okay, now how you are going to classify her or how you are structurizing your GL account, which is up to you. Okay, so now or else maybe the scenario share capital. Okay, now the number would be from here to so this number which I want to use for the share capital. Now the similar way, okay, which if you want to classify the GL accounts 102, okay, or 201, 102, then reserves and surplus. Reserves and surplus. The number which you want to use is a 102. Okay. Then 99. Okay. However, you want, you can classify the account group identification would be, it is optional for you. And how you are how you are going to structurize your GL account. This is completely organization to organization or client to client. It will be vary. It will be the same. I mean, it will not be the same. So now here some people may instruct their what is my name to identify this one. Okay, some people may identify the reserves and surplus. Okay, RESR. I mean, this will be only the 4 characters it will take, and this will be the length would be a, okay, 30 characters it will take. Okay, according to your requirement, how you are going to classify this one. Okay, so now what I will do, I'm going to classify 001. Okay, if you even if you try more than this one, it will not take. Okay, then assets. First, I'll keep it as a liabilities. So liabilities for the liabilities for my balance sheet account. Okay, I'll keep it like this. Then this is a 102 or 2001. This is for my assets. 2 series which I am following is a, okay. Mean, so 10 up to 10 characters I can create the GL account. Okay, so now Z0, sorry, ZO, LL, okay, 3001. Here is the, I will keep it as a revenues. 3 series, ZO, LL, then 4 series. Here is the expenses. Then 4 series. Here understand the logic, how we have built the logic here. For as for liabilities, which I want to use follow, which I want to follow 1 series. Okay, when I want to prepare my balance sheet, if the balance sheet all relevant for liabilities, then I must have to use this GL account number series from 1 series to 1999. Okay, any GL account which will fall under balance sheet, if it is relevant for liabilities, I must have to use this series. In case if it relevant for the assets, balance sheet assets, then the 2 series which I want to use. So with this number only, I must have to create the GL account. Remember, if it is a revenues, I must have to use 3 series. For expenses, I must have to use 4 series. Okay, so like this, we need to structureize the GL account. Okay, or else, okay, as I have explained, okay, here you can see for some company codes which we have structurized here. Now you can see here. You can see here 400, 49. Okay, not this way. Let me come down here. Okay, here you can see. See now if you can see here. Okay, account depreciation. For depreciation, use this series. Okay, 6 digits only which we have, which I have segregated here. Okay, however you want, you can define. So here also you can see here accumulated just for identification. However you want, you can structureize, you can name it your account group. This is not a mandatory. This is the optional. I mean mandatory in the sense how you are going to classify, and this up to you or business. Okay, business will give the instruction. Okay, here how the naming convention should be keep it. Okay, how we need to follow. This is what the chart of accounts what we have discussed today. Then defined chart of account groups. Okay, what we have defined here today. Okay, let me go down here. Now these are the chart of accounts what we have defined here. Then one is for, remember, 1 series is for liabilities, 2 series is for the your assets. Remember. Okay, now just for your identification. Okay, we'll discuss tomorrow about the